Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this step-by-step tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch Tower Bridge in London using my loose ink and watercolor sketching technique. So what we're going to do is go up halfway between those 2 points, about there, just a bit more than a centimetre or half an inch there, and then we'll go between this point here and the side of the border, about 2/3 across, which is about there, put a dot, and across. So we'll come out for that curve on each side, and then down and stop just before the border, wherever you've got it, squatter than in the reference. We'll go straight from that point all the way to the side of the page. You can slightly tilt up, there, across. Now halfway between here and here, go across. For my next shape, and down, straight down, or arch up. And then following that same curve, so it intersects, let's draw that straight line, curves out, you can divide it up. Fingernails on the dots, and I lock my fingers still, and I turn, and then I have that. The tail is actually 2 of those, so measure those up again, put a dot there. And the same on this side, straight across, come down, and then as we get closer, go in, and then hit that dot. Get to that dot, and then continue down, we'll put a dot there. Roughly there, just check, go down, and then before you get to about halfway there, kink in. The angle there, it's following that same angle between those 2 dots. Here, let's also add a curve, and then straight down, and then go down. So go up, detail, and then a little gap, and then another line, parallel to those lines. Now we can draw that triangular tower like that, cross feature, the roof, the angle of the roof like that, and the gold crown. Oh, it looks like I'm going to fit it just, and then the triangle on the top. Right into the corner, slowly curving, hitting there, and then continuing up. Went too far. So now I'll draw an arc through there. Now I'm loosely going to go around this, so just come down, see some of those roof shapes. Now loose here, we can be loose, but light. Traffic lights there, one there and one here. Straight, try to keep these lines vertical. Goes around. There's a little detail here. The emblem on the bridge. The general idea is that there are steel beams. I'm just going to put X's across there. So draw double lines across, and we'll do the same. But then we can put a cross between them. Coming down the back, rectangles like this. Very rough little triangles in there. So I like that feature. So I'm going to do that. Very light though. The stonework will be the big one that we can see. Maybe we can fit some red on that. And also these lines going across the building might be nice, but following that angle at the top, make them flatter. Put some black lines there and across here. See how I'm simplifying all of that, the main ones in the middle and then a couple on the side. So we're going to start with ultramarine and then come across with cerulean blue. Should be trying to avoid the building and bring it across. Continue to bring it around the building. Just get that paint back in the brush. As it goes down, it gets more pale, so I can take the water out. I don't need any more there. Grab your paper towel and I'm going to scrunch it up like that so it has uneven texture on it. Dab there, hold it like that. And see, got some clouds. Try and make them horizontal. There's some wisps of cloud down the bottom. So if you've got turquoise in your set, we can use that. So go around the squares. Don't have to have it exactly in the lines. Pillars there that stick out. And then some more blue details here. They should have the colour there. Hopefully it stands out on the sky. So I'm just painting 2 lines there on each one. So what I'm going to use is sap green and then Payne's grey. Now we're going to paint these roof section here. But leave white little gaps. We're going to use yellow ochre. Payne's grey. See how light and pale those strokes are? A little bit more. Now this is where it would have been easy to accidentally go over those blue sections. Now more yellow ochre, a little subtle bit more, the base structure right in front of the building. Then you can connect it because flow that yellow ochre into the water. Burnt umber, some Payne's grey. Just do this whole section just without touching our tower. So I'm going to let that dry now and then we'll do a few more details. Of the flag, yep, got that. This is alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow. Make that shine out there. Of details, so little bricks. And even in the background, now we can add the subtle shadows to the background. So we're going to use mostly ultramarine for shadows today. So it's mostly ultramarine with just a little bit of permanent rose. underneath the structure here. There'll be a little bit of an angle there too. Down this side of this tower, strong angle under this one. Now the final touch is highlights, and I have my Uniball Signo pen off the top of this gold piece, or even on the top of this edge, but just around those dark windows we drew in my simplified detail. Some reflections going into there, just follow those, especially in this section here where the sun is hitting that bend that's closest to you a bit more. Okay, that's it. So that's how I sketch Tower Bridge using my ink and watercolor sketching technique. If you want to have the full tutorial, I've got that over on my Patreon membership. It's a lot easier to follow me there. It doesn't have all the cuts. You can follow me step by step, and I have the big reference there. Also got a template you can follow along, and you can post your sketch on the community there. Really lovely, warm and friendly community, and you can ask me a question. And there's also a whole library of other tutorials there, over 100 full tutorials and fundamentals, which will help you if you're a beginner. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.